Hello, hi friends and students. Welcome to Maths World classes. Today we discussing about very important topic of 10th class mathematics, that is pair of linear equations in two variable. So this topic is very important for examination. And what are the contents are there? So how we solve linear equations, how we use algebraic methods, and how we use graph we discuss in this session. So in this topic you can ask examination according to SLC board exam. You can ask 1 marks 1 question that is marks, 2 marks 1 question he can ask here, and 4 marks 1 question asked. So total 3 questions you can ask in examination. Total how many marks? 7 marks. So that is the blueprint of the SLC board examination. So we discuss in this topic. So go on watching my videos, subscribe, share, and other video links can be given in description box. You have to go and which way you want to videos I will provide, and others information if you want to, if I click, you have to click I button, so you have to got other videos links. So we don't waste your time. So we start this topic. So here, so what are the main contents in these topics we discuss first here? So first is pair of linear equation in two variable. So we're discussing about pair of linear in two variable. So next is, first we discuss that one, then we're going to next content. Okay, so pair of linear equation, before we study about, we learn about what mean by variables and what mean by constant plus variable. So we discuss here. Constant means we taking numbers 1 2 3 4 like this. Variables means English alphabet A to Z. We can call as a what? Variables. So a variable has no fixed value. Variable has a no fixed value. So keep remember it. Constant means numbers, variables means English alphabets. So these both combination, constant and variable, so we got equation. When we got equation, the constant is also there, variable also there. So and also he can what is there given, mathematical operations, plus minus into divide is given. The constant and variable combine, so we got one equation. So I hope you understand what meant by constant and variables, then equation. So here, if I take ax plus y or b, so this is one equation. So this type of equation is called as a linear equation in one variable. So linear equation in one variable. So see that here is only one variable, that is x. So that is one ax plus b. Then a1 ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. If I take this equation, ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. So this equation we can say as a linear equation in two variable. Linear equation in two variable. So remember it. If equation has one variable, so what do we say, that linear equation in two variable. Why we call linear here? Why we call linear? Because if I take a linear one equation, then I draw in a graph. So if I draw in a graph, so I put the values of that variables and it show straight line. That equation show straight line. That's why we can call it as a linear. If it has one variable, linear equation in one variable. It has two variable, linear equation in two variable. So this type of means ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. This type of if we taking two equations, this type of we taking two equations, then we say as a pair of linear equation in two variable. So remember it. Linear equations already told you. If we can give one variable, linear equation in one variable. If we can give two variable, linear equation in two variable. If you can give this type of two equations, two variable, he can give this type of two equations, we can call as a linear pair of linear equation in two variable. If we say see here, the general form for a pair of linear equation in two variable x and y is, so general form of pair of linear equation is what? a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0 and a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0. So this is what general form of pair of linear equation. So I hope you have to remember this one, all points, and what mean by general form of linear equation. So simple, very simple concept is there. So this is one, he can take two equations. So two linear equations he can take on. So every linear equation has two variable. So what is the use of this one? What we take, if we take these two equations, then what we do? In this topic we discussing about how we represent these equations in graph. So how we solve by using algebraic methods. Means what? Both methods are different, but what is the aim of these two methods here? They can find here x and y values. If you use graphical method or you use algebraic method. So linear equations, in this topic we are discussing about how we represent the linear equation in graph, and second is how we linear equation solved by some algebraic method. Okay, so next concept is what? Graphical method of solution of a pair of linear equation. So we discuss here. So first of all, if I take two linear equation a1x b1y plus c1 is equal to 0, and second is a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0. So this is what two type of linear equation is there. So we taking these two linear equations and find its values and graph we discuss here. Okay, so what mean by graphical method of solution of pair of linear equation here? Before we understand graphical method here, so if I these taken two equations, if I represent in a graph, so it is linear equation, that's why it give linear lines graph it can give. I am taking two linear equations here, so I have put in graph. So one type of graph comes this type, second graph comes this type, third graph comes this type. If first graph, see the first graph one comes this type, so these which type of lines we say as a intersecting lines. These are what? Intersecting lines. If line comes this type, what we say? Parallel lines. And line it comes this type, both lines have same, so what we saw called as a coincident lines. So here keep remember it, this point. Graphical method means what? If we represent linear equation, these two linear equation in a graph, so graph comes in three different types. So first is it show intersecting lines, second it show parallel lines, and it show coincident lines. So one question is there, I can ask to you, if we couldn't draw with this equation I have taken, I can't draw in a graph. So we say that these are say that it is intersecting graph or it parallel graph or a coincident graph. It is possible. If it is possible, then comment in comment section, tell me. So pair of linear equation means what I say that if I take linear equations without putting in a graph, so we say that it is these are intersecting, these are parallel, these are coincident. This is possible. Yes, students, this is possible. How it is possible? So I have taken on here what? One table. If it very important, this table is very important, and a compulsory one question comes in this point. One question come from this table. So which type of question he can ask, we discuss later. So see what I say that here, without in graph can be put in graph, equation can be can't put in graph, then we say that this which type of lines can comes here. So it is possible. How it is possible, we discuss here one by one. Okay, we can give two linear equations, a1x b1y c1 is equal to 0. Second is a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0. Okay, so first linear equation give three values, a1 b1 c1. Second equation give a2 b2 c2. Remember it, first equation a1 b1 c1, second is a2 b2 c2. So first is intersecting line. First line is what? Intersecting lines. How we find out it is intersecting line or not? First, all values we can write in ratios. a1 ratio upon a2, b1 upon b2. If a1 upon a2 ratio not equal to b1 upon b2, means what? First ratio is not equal to second ratio. How it comes these ratios? So what I say that before, we taking first linear equation, what we got? a1 b1 c1. If we are taking second equation, we got a2 b2 c2 values. So these values we write in ratios. So a1 ratio a2, b1 ratio b2, c1 ratio c2. If a1 upon a2 ratio not equal to b1 upon b2 ratio, if it is say that a1 upon a2 is not equal to b1 upon b2 ratio comes, you have to say that these are intersecting lines. Means what? You have to identify these which type of lines by using ratios. You have to use the ratios and find the which type of lines. So next column is solutions. So intersecting lines, it look like this type. So it passes from only one point. So how many solution? One solutions. So it give one solution. So next is consistent or inconsistent. What is the meaning of this one? If those lines can give solutions, these are stable. These lines are stable, means they can give solutions. So we say as a this is consistent. So intersecting lines are consistent. In examination, which type of he can ask the question here? What is the ratio of intersecting lines? How many solutions of intersecting lines? Or you can give an example. This equation is intersecting or not, check it. So this type of questions can be given. So we're going to second, coincident line. Coincident line. So coincident lines, its ratios are, if a1 upon a2 equal b1 upon b2 equal c1 upon c2. If all ratios are equal, so you say as a these are what? Coincident lines. So coincident line is infinite solution. It has how many solution? Infinite solution. So So it also, those solution given, or I already told you, consistent. So third one is what? Parallel lines. Parallel lines. So parallel line ratio is A1 upon A2, B1 upon B2, C1 upon C2. If both ratios are, first and second ratios are equal, but third one is not equal. First second is equal, but third one is not equal. So this type of, which type of lines? These are parallel lines. So first of all, very important is what? You have to remember these ratios. You have to remember these ratios. Okay. So parallel lines are, it look like this type. So it can't give values. So it has no solution. Parallel lines are no solution. So means what? It is what? Inconsistent. So we once again we have to discuss here with this table. Very important. You can ask one question. Intersecting A1 upon A2 not equal to B1 upon B2. One solution, consistent. Second, coincident line A1 upon A2 equal, B1 upon B2 equal, C1 upon C2 equal. It has infinite solution, consistent. Third is parallel lines A1 upon A2 not equal to B1 upon B2 not equal to C1 upon C2. It can't give no solution. It has inconsistent. If you remember this all things, so easily we solve all examples. So 3.1 is all example comes in graph. When I tell you graph, then I will take the all questions from 3.1. So next video we solve the 3.2. So we discuss next class here 3.2. So is there 3.2. So many questions are there. So how we use these questions? See here question. Second one, he say that find the which type of lines are there. See, representing following pair of linear equation intersecting point or parallel or coincident. So this type of questions we can solve in next video. So already I will told you. So if you like these videos, please subscribe and share your friend circles. We continue in next class.